Alright, I never want to upload a full video that's just me like ranting. I'd rather it be like a vlog and then like kind of in the middle or towards the end I do a rant, but this is the one circumstance that I think just a full rant may be needed. For one, I'm back at the Optic House after my little over a week break. So what better time to kind of talk about everything that has happened within the past like 4 or 5 months than right now. Kind of talk to you guys one-on-one and you know, just let you guys know where my mind has been at, what's been going on, talk about a few things. I'm a little nervous making this. Let's start all the way back to like 4 or 5 months ago when I kind of stopped uploading. I think maybe a month after that I got back into it a little bit, uploaded like 8 or some videos within like a certain period of time. But let's just go all the way back to the beginning when I like stopped uploading. I was pretty much addicted to H1Z1. I've said this many times before, you guys know this. I even said this on like one of my videos that I'm back, and then 3 videos later I stopped uploading again. So yeah, it all started in the arena of H1Z1. It was the first game in so long that, I mean, MWR was like kind of fun, but like H1Z1 was like a new level of fun, competitiveness. You had Dr. Disrespect playing Ninja, like it was huge on Twitch, and I pretty much just got addicted to that game. And because I was playing it so much, it's like, of course, you know, why not stream? And I started streaming. And now, because I loved the game so much at the time, it definitely pissed me off a lot. But I was playing it so much, and I would stream all of it, that I was literally streaming like 12 to we'll say 8 to Lord knows how many hours a day. My schedule was literally, I know I wasn't uploading to YouTube, but I still felt like I was contributing to Optic and doing some kind of entertainment, which for me at the time was streaming. I was doing something, and that was literally, I was waking up, eating, and then I was streaming. Dude, if my phone's cracked. Holy shit, it is. No, I'm just kidding. It's been like that. So yeah, my schedule was this: wake up, eat, stream until I was tired enough to go to sleep. A lot of streaming hours, and then even back then, people saw me not uploading to YouTube, and I'm sure they weren't aware at all that I was even streaming. They probably thought I was doing absolutely nothing. And so that's when the complaints and stuff started coming, but I'm just sitting there like, you know, what are you talking about? I'm sitting here 12 hours a day streaming, and then at that time my stream was like, it was doing really well, but for as much energy as I was putting in that thing, like making it my entire day, fucking being hyper as shit, that could only last for so long. At least for me, because I'm not naturally a super hyper guy anyways. Not saying some of it was forced. I was having fun with the game as well. It was a new experience. I've never been a huge streamer. You know, I've never got that into streaming. So just being that into streaming was new to me. It was fun. It was something different. So I just did that for, I'd say like 2 months, 2 or 3 months solid. And even during that whole time, people were still saying like, what does he even do? And sometimes I would, of course, just troll. And the comments don't ever bother me. Sometimes if I'm bored, I'll troll back. They'll be like, what's he been doing? Blah, blah, blah. Upload. And of course, some of the people who really do enjoy my videos, they're like, yo, you should start uploading. And I get where they are coming from, because they genuinely just enjoy my videos. They'll say, you're my favorite YouTuber, like, I really miss your videos, which I appreciate. I understand 100%. But at this time, I was literally waking up streaming. And then, like I said, you had the trolls still saying, like, what are you even doing? And I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing? I just streamed for 16 hours. Like, if you miss, like, someone tweeted me, like, I miss seeing your face. Too bad you're a lazy piece of shit now, or, you know, something that a Twitter person would say. And I'm like, oh, sorry, man. If you wanted to see me, you could have tuned into the 16-hour stream I just did. But then it got to the point where 2-3 months later, my stream, I was slowing down on the streaming. It was H1Z1 was getting a little boring. And this is all kind of recently, within the last month or two. H1Z1 was getting a little boring. And it was honestly hard. I caught myself playing like Who Wants to Be a Fucking Millionaire on stream, and it was just, I just wasn't having that much fun doing it anymore. And during all this, and a little before, I was, as you guys know, getting into music. Actually, I'll just save that for a whole music part. But yeah, just having something to play that I really enjoyed, especially for that amount of hours. Streaming, I will tell you this, uploading a video, coming out with like a video idea, stuff like that, is way easier than sitting down and streaming for 8+ hours every single day. And that's probably why it only lasted for a few months. You know, kudos to all those guys that do it. But that is probably why it only lasted like a few months, compared to how long I've been doing YouTube, from since when I got in the house 2 years ago till just a couple months ago, or towards the beginning of this year. I was doing YouTube pretty consistent for almost 2 years, and then that's when the whole streaming thing. But even then, the streaming thing fell off, and I didn't jump back into YouTube like I should have. And I can't honestly tell you why, but besides the fact that like my mind was just foggy. It was like, what, like I was going through this period of like, what the fuck, like what do I want to do, like what will I genuinely enjoy doing? And that brings me into the music part. Now, the first thing I'm gonna have to get out of the way with the music stuff is the Vision episode. Well, first off, you guys know, like pretty much this whole year and a little bit last year, it was kind of on and off, but just like learning the whole music thing, it is a lot to fucking learn. But I enjoyed learning it, and music is always something I've wanted to do. Besides all that, the Vision episode, fucking, what was it, 2 weeks ago? So the Vision episode, where it was like, MaNiaC wants to, this is apparently how it came across, was in, and I don't blame anyone for interpreting it this way, but this is how it came across. MaNiaC wants to quit doing YouTube, quit streaming, live in the house to just make beats for Vision. Apparently that's how it came across, and that was not the case. Let me tell you guys exactly how that story went. That day where that meeting was recorded, I was at the stage of like getting the clips together, not really editing it, so it wasn't edited yet, but I had a really cool, what I find cool, I had a really cool idea on what I wanted to make as like my first video back, and kind of like intro to doing YouTube once again, which is like kind of what I wanted this to be. But I think just talking at this point, especially after that Vision episode, is just, I have to make stuff clear. You know, that type of video 2 weeks ago would not work right now. So literally the day of that meeting, it was like early in the afternoon. I was gathering all the clips, and I already had like a decent amount of clips from like the night before that I gathered, but I was like editing a bunch of like speeches, and you know, just doing like the corny, not motivational type thing, but just I was putting together like some of my favorite like inspiring words, and just like kind of where my head was at. just things that I related to. I was putting like those speeches and stuff, and I was putting them into FL Studios, which is my music program, and like making the voice sound all cool with like some reverb and delay and making it sound like a little distorted. And like I had a really cool idea of what I wanted to do to kind of put that video out, and then you know, start with YouTube every single day like I used to do. So in the midst of me editing this video to announce my YouTube return, because it had been a while and it did get a little ridiculous on why I didn't upload, and I'll get to that in a second, or why I wasn't uploading. So the day of the Notorious Vision meeting, I'm sitting there editing, and then I think like Pomage and Hitch just kind of like came in my room at the same time. And then I think on like my other computer I had like my music stuff up, and which is pretty much always up all the time, just because I just like messing around with it. And then they said something about, yo, you know what'd be really dope is if you somehow incorporated your music like with Optic. Like, you know, we know you love music so much. If you could somehow, like, none of this was like pre-planned. It was just kind of like a talk, like a random spark, a random conversation. They're like, if you could like incorporate that with Vision, with making like a Optic music channel, maybe like a Optic radio, collabing with Aaron Create and Hitch on just certain, you know, there's just like a bunch of random cool things that I could do with that side, and then they could do with the video side, and kind of like coexist within each other, and kind of start, not like I don't know if you guys knew, but I have a beat, or I have a song with an artist, and if you know anything about the industry, that shit just takes forever for stuff to even come out, especially on when they want it to come out, when their record label wants it to come out, when, you know, blah blah blah. But point being, it was not really like starting an Optic record label type thing, but it was like that could be something that we could work towards, and I think it'd just be a really cool branch under Optic. So that's pretty much what we came to the conclusion of. It was never make beats for Vision and, you know, and get paid for it and live in the house. It was never like that. It was just having the spark of an idea of eventually, because I'm the hardest critic on myself, especially with music. You know, that was just a spark of an idea, and it was like, we knew Hex was on the way over, so I texted Hex. I was like, hey, whenever you get here, we want to talk to you about something. Or I said, I want to talk to you guys about something. I was like, all right, Hex is about to be here. Do you guys want to come down? And they were like, yeah. And it wasn't something we expected to be, that I expected to be on Vision at all. I expected it to just be like a talk with Hex about building up sort of like a music side to Optic. So when Hex gets here, it turned into seeming like I wanted to quit YouTube and just go straight full music, which at the time I can see by the video of why that comes across. And at the time it was because none of this was like really planned out and pre-thought. It was literally because none of this was really planned out and thought. It was literally just a spark of an idea, and it just happened to be caught on Vision, because whenever we had like the meeting or whatever, Aaron Create grabbed the camera, you know, just in case. It's always cool to get that kind of stuff and maybe throw it in Vision if it's good. And apparently from that Vision episode, that's all people talked about, because it seemed like such a ridiculous thing from me to just want that out of nowhere, which wasn't the case. Alright, so this spark of a music idea came along, and I'm talking to Hex about it, and Hitch and Pomage are kind of you know, saying like it'd be a cool idea, and which I still think it would be a cool idea. Do I think I'm good enough right now to consistently make, like, because you have to kind of be quick with this stuff, and I'm still 100% just learning. But would it eventually be a really cool idea? I think it would, and it's something I'm going to be working on alongside of just, you know, getting back to making YouTube videos, getting back to streaming, and just really just the YouTube and streaming, but also working on this stuff on the side and really trying to make it happen. But that's not something that that's not something that's just gonna like happen. Especially for the fact that it really does take time to get good in that kind of stuff. So I just felt like the few minutes on Vision made it seem really, really different than what I planned on it to be. Because like I said, I was literally editing my YouTube comeback video that day and was putting it up that day. Instead, we did that Vision episode, and I knew what people were gonna like, and I knew what people may perceive from it. So I was like, shit, do I even like put this video out, or do we want to like go more in depth about kind of what we're talking about? Because we're kind of just like talking out of our ass with this thing. No more talks really came out of it. There's ideas that like me and Hitch are talking about, and which is really, I think, gonna be cool for you guys to see. I'm talking with like people who have been doing this for a while, real producers who like want to get involved in it. So that stuff is going to take time to form. It's not something that can just happen like that, especially because I know myself, and I'm the hardest critic on myself. Still a lot more to learn, and I'm not as good as where I want to be. So I don't know if that explained. I hope I don't look back at this and I'm like, fuck, I forgot to talk about this, talk about that. But I hope that explained sort of the Vision episode and where my mind was towards it. It's been 22 minutes. I literally didn't want this to be too long, but if you're interested, you're interested. If not, you know, whatever. But I know there are people who are genuinely curious what the fuck's going on with MaNiaC. He's kind of been AFK for a while. Now, because of all the backlash, I was gonna make a video right after that. I'm not sure if it was that night that Vision got released, but I planned on making a video kind of like this, just addressing it already and just getting things clear, because there was a lot of talks, people coming at me, people coming at just the org in general, people coming at fucking Embos randomly because he like showed up in the background one time. But I planned on making a video just like this, kind of like setting things straight, like, no guys, this isn't, that's not what it is, chill out, chill out. But I got the unfortunate news. It might have been that, the night Vision dropped, or it might have been the night after, I believe, is when I was on the phone with my mom, and she mentioned that she had a, I don't even like fucking putting this out there, but this is my life. Fucking stuff that happens in my life, you guys are gonna find out about, and I like to be open with my audience. So this is something I'd rather just have kind of private, even though I did tweet about it just so people wouldn't wonder where the fuck did I go. Especially with Proofy moving in and me being gone, everyone thought I was dropped. But anyways, a night or two, it might have been that night the Vision was released, or it might have been the day after, something like that. I was on the phone with my mom, and she mentioned that she went to the doctors, and she has like a heart condition, and she has enough like chest pain and stuff anyways to where she doesn't really think of it. But apparently she went to the doctors, and the doctors told her that she had a small heart attack. Whenever I heard that news, to be blunt, and I'm sure if anyone has went through something like that, I really gave zero fucks about anything about the Vision episode, about the people coming at me. I really gave zero fucks after finding out that information. Because if you guys are familiar with me, that's how my dad passed away. My dad just passed away through a random heart attack. And so to find out something like that about my mom, it was, I gave zero fucks about anything else. All I could think about was my mom, and just when am I gonna go home, visit her, and just take a break from the chaos that's going on right now, and just go home, visit her. And that's number one priority. I'm sure everyone, if you fucking love me or hate me, I'm sure anyone can understand that. So just the past week and a half, I was home, and I did send out a tweet just so people would kind of know what's going on. I said I was going home to visit my mom, and all that. But then at the same time, Proofy moved in, so people who didn't see that are like, well, what happened to MaNiaC? They kicked out MaNiac for Proofy, but it was just all bad timing. But at that time, just this past week, and a little last week, I went home and just spent time with the family, because that was the number one priority, and to just shut all this stuff off. But there are things that needed to be done, so I've made my return to the house. I just had to see my family for a little bit, finding out that kind of stuff, because you never know what can happen. And that kind of gave me a reality check, because the past few months, I feel like my brain, you heard on the Vision episode, I was like, I don't know how my fucking brain works. And then the past 2 weeks has sort of just been a reality check of just really, what do I want to do in life? And my camera shut off. Like I was saying, so many times people have said to me, MaNiac, your videos are hilarious, I love you, you help me get through my day. And just shit like that is like why I did YouTube, and I forgot about that, and I started focusing on just like the negatives of YouTube, the little shits out there, and which I never did. But recently, I guess my brain was I was just in a foggy mind state. Whether you want to call it depressed or anxious or fucking lazy or whatever you want to call it, my mind I wasn't thinking clearly, and sometimes that's just gonna happen in life. I know if you're 16, I know when I was 16, I didn't know of like these thoughts, I guess, but as you get older and you fucking start getting more awareness about the world, I guess you just start having more realizations about this kind of stuff. For a small period of time, I definitely just had like a foggy mind state. It just wasn't the right state of mind. And I'm realizing right now that it's like, I really do need fucking exercise. And I've said this so many times on my videos, but it's like, I really do need fucking exercise, healthy foods, and just like a healthy lifestyle to like, you think more clear, you're in better moods, you want to be around people, you enjoy the company of others, and that's sort of all this is just leading to sort of the reality check that I've had, and the reminiscing of when I really did enjoy YouTube the most, and what I plan on doing with YouTube from here on out. YouTube is not something I want to quit, because what better platform to reach thousands and thousands of people what better platform that I have right now than YouTube? And I don't know where my mind was at to not realize this, but you know, I've come to that realization, and that's what I want to do. So I don't know if I fucking covered everything. Hopefully I have, because it's been like 30 fucking minutes. But yeah. That's it. I'm back at the Optic House. I think I'm about... Why am I lifting up the camera as if you can't tell I'm back at the Optic House? But I'm back at the Optic House. I needed to get this video out of the way. Tomorrow, vlog and shit. After, I think later this evening, me and Hitch... Actually, I don't think. We're doing the podcast. We're gonna do the podcast. That should be up tomorrow. Bose is waiting on me right now to do a video, so it's gonna be back to our regularly scheduled programming. But I needed to get this out of the way for the people who genuinely were curious on what the fuck's going on. I put too much time into, you know, this fucking life that I spurted into whenever I moved here 2 years ago, to not owe it to you guys, at least, to give detailed fucking however long video this is, 25-minute explanation. So I hope that covered any questions. If you guys do have some genuine questions, tweet or comment below. Tweet at me or comment below, and I'll try to cover anything that needs to be covered. So yeah, back at the house, guys. Tomorrow I'm a vlog. Today, like I said, do the podcast and shit with Hitch. Probably gonna go to the gym later. And I know, MaNiaC, you're on and off the gym. Shut the fuck up, alright? I'm trying over here. Give me a break. So yeah, I hope you guys got something out of the fucking rant. But yeah, it should be a fun rest of the summer, rest of the year. Proofy's in the house. The dude has the fucking, I think, the energy we needed to, you know, kind of spark everything back. And yeah, I think that'll do it for the video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Really does help the channel grow. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys later.